In this video, we are going to factor by structure using U substitution. And the whole point of this method is to take something that looks really complicated and make it look a lot more basic. So in example 1, we have something that looks awful. And when it says factor, you're not supposed to multiply out and distribute and combine like terms. We're going to factor using what they gave us. But if you notice, it looks like what's on the inside, x squared plus 7x repeats. And there's also an outside to this expression. We have something squared plus 16 times something plus 60. That resembles something that I know. If you have something squared plus 16 times something plus 60, maybe you're thinking the AM method. Maybe not. But we're going to take what's on the inside and we are going to let U be the inside. Now, instead of writing x squared plus 7x squared, we're just going to write U squared. And then instead of writing 16 times x squared plus 7x, that's complicated, we're going to write 16 times U. Because now this is something easy that I can factor. I can factor U squared plus 16U plus 60. This is a trinomial with a leading coefficient of 1. So I'm going to use the AM method. And I'm going to set up two parentheses with U in both. And I want two numbers that multiply to 60 and add to 16. Those two numbers are 10 and 6, right? Because 10 times 6 is 60, 10 plus 6 is 16. So now we factored. But we didn't start the question with U's. We started the question with x squared plus 7x. So once you're able to factor the easy version, you need to go back and input what you took out. So everywhere I see a U, I need to go back and substitute x squared plus 7x back into the function. So I have something plus 10 times something plus 6. Instead of U, now we're going to put x squared plus 7x back in. Now that we actually factored, you need to see if you can factor any more. So now, as a final step, we have a trinomial here, which is the AM method. Two numbers that multiply to 10 and add to 7 are 5 and 2. And then for the next one, you have a trinomial again. So two numbers that multiply to 6 and add to 7 are 6 and 1. To get your final answer, remember, if you're ever confused, you can put your answer in Y1 and the question in Y2 and match graphs or tables. We're going to try one more. So in the next one, I can see that they took x squared plus minus 3x and they put it in something more complicated. It looks like you have something squared minus 2 times something minus 8. Instead of writing x squared minus 3x, we're just going to write U. And now it becomes more basic, to the point where we can factor U squared minus 2U minus 8. We have a trinomial with a leading coefficient of 1. That's the AM method. So your two numbers that multiply to negative 8 and add to negative 2 are negative 4 plus 2. And double check your work. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. However, we did not start with u's to begin with. We started with x squared minus 3x. So you need to go back and replace what you took out. Anywhere there's a u, go back and put x squared minus 3x. Now, it is possible that you're not able to factor anymore, but quite often you could keep going. So on the left-hand side, I have a trinomial. I'm going to see if I can factor it. You might not be able to. Are there two numbers that multiply to negative 4 and add to negative 3? Those two numbers are negative 4 and positive 1. On the right-hand side, are there two numbers that add to negative 3 and multiply to 2? Those two numbers are negative 1 and negative 2. And now we fully factored something that was originally very complicated that we made hopefully a little bit easier. Just to let you know, if you do try to multiply out to begin with, you're going to get something even more complicated and it's going to be even harder to factor. If you see something with this type of structure, you are expected to factor it like this.